Dear CEOs and industry leaders, you are most graciously welcome to Akulmach Business Bunker. This is a forum where you are able to showcase your products to the masses, to the investor, to the prospects, and to your client. And if you want to promote your company and yourself, you have landed at the right place. Before we continue, do like and subscribe our channel. Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmach Business Bunker and weekly show. As you know that every Friday 2:30, we actually enable a lot of entrepreneurs to network with each other live on this channel, and also enable a lot of prospects to get in touch with their principals and whatever they're looking for live here again. So this is a forum where we have enable all the entrepreneurs today to build their online presence. And when we talk about online presence, right now we are live on all social media platforms as we speak. And people, whoever is watching our show, this is live without any choreography, any script. So we talk to people, and we also welcome people to join with us. And since we are live on 6 social media platforms today, you can use the chat functions to get connected with us anytime. If you have any questions, you can use the chat function provided in your social media to get in touch with us, and we will display your questions straight away on the screen. And my name is Chandrakant. I am the co-founder of Akulmach Technologies, and we are the people behind bringing this whole setup, B2B, B2C setup, live for the audience and for the entrepreneurs to come together and address you as an entity. And if you want to get connected with us, you can actually scan this QR code straight away and using your mobile phone camera and get connected with us as well. But nevertheless, you can actually get use the chat function in the social media to write in your questions. So before we start our conversation today, I would like to tell you that our subject of survey was India being a very inspirational, country. We are a very young country. We are growing very rapidly. We are the fastest growing economy in the world today, among the large economies of the world, faster than America and China. And we wanted to discuss about the digital rupee, which has been announced by the honorable finance minister last week as the provision in this budget, and the Central Bank of India, which is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, will be starting a digital Indian rupee of its own based on blockchain. This was very, very exciting news, and therefore we decided to conduct this survey. And as you know, in Business Bunker, we conduct this survey in a week, and we then discuss the survey results in this show also. So the survey was done across the social media, and before I start, I'd like to display the survey results. We will come to more discussing about more on these survey in a bit. But let me first invite our guest today. Give me a moment. Yeah, our guest is Kanchan Verma. She's joining us from New Delhi. And welcome to the program, Kanchan. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. And it's so wonderful to be with you on this show because every week you bring so thought provoking topics for me and for other audience. So it's all pleasure. We look forward for a wonderful discussion today.
Great, Kanchan. Welcome to the show as well. It is our pleasure. So you can actually start introducing yourself. Just introduce, give an elevator page because a lot of people are watching us across all social media platforms across the countries. Uh, I've got almost 200 to 300 people subscribed to the advanced notification for this program because a lot of people are watching and interested. So why don't you give 2 minutes elevator pitch about your company, what you do, etc.
Well, my name is Kanchan and I'm founder CEO of Akulmach Technologies. We are in branding. We provide B2B and B2C activities for our clients. And we are very strong in social media. So anybody who's interested in getting a mileage of their product or their services, we are the place to be connected. I would invite everybody to be part of our endeavor for to be seen in the digital arena through Akulmach Technologies.
Thank you, Kanchanji. And before I begin, I think I will like to also remind the viewers that to join this show, it's absolutely free. Link is provided in two locations. One is the India Business Bunker group in LinkedIn, where you can go and become member and get access to the link. Join right away, and we will bring you online right away moment you click on that link. And the second location is the Facebook India Business Bunker group. These are the two locations where we are having the special link provided for people to join. All the CEOs and entrepreneurs can join and express their views. So, Kanchan, before we start, I like to display that slide again, where we gathered the information from the field directly, and also came to know that how people are excited about India launching their digital currency. And there were four questions asked. Uh, there are two general questions, which is this is a great move? Well, 36% people said it is a fantastic move. And the other general question was, will this change anything? And people said, no, it will not change anything. So, roughly the same amount of people, 36% people responded saying that having a digital currency will not change anything. However, there were two very specific questions, which were, will the Indian rupee become more convertible? And 18% people feel that it is going to make Indian rupee more convertible by having a digital currency. And about 11% people feel that this will also make the value of rupee improve vis-a-vis other currencies. So I think that is this is the survey results, and I have my own thought process. But before I start, I thought I'll display this. We keep displaying this survey result several times during the discussion. But Kanchanji, over to you. What is your opinion? Are you excited about Indian government starting their own digital currency on based on blockchain? Over to you. I think we have lost the line with Kanchan. So let me give you a little bit more information, and we wait for Kanchan to join back. Well, it is like this. When we have Indian rupee with us, and nowadays nobody uses cash anymore. The cash is basically in the bank. So it is just a figure in the bank where you say that, okay, I've got so many lakhs of rupees in my bank, and if I have to transfer money into some other's person's account, then you do it digitally. So in nutshell, you are actually using digital rupee, even though it is not a digital rupee like a cryptocurrency. So people are very very comfortable doing transactions and sending money nowadays using digital platform, and the usage of check also and usage of cash is reduced drastically, especially in India. A lot of people are doing micro payments and also all kinds of payments digitally. So Kanchanji, I displayed the slide which I got from the survey. Your opinion on whether you are excited about India launching the digital currency of their own.
Well, I'm very excited because I will like to go with 36% based on the survey which you have done. So I'm with those people because uh, India is taking a leap, and many things being digitized. And when we are talking about currency, now, in general public, they have currently they have a lot of issues in the sense of lot of we are in habit touching the rupee, holding the cash and currency in our hands. So that will take time. But when currency, I would like to take is little back because currency is also meant in Panini, and he meant again around 1861. First time Charles Canning introduced paper currency in India, in actually in subcontinent. Uh, those Shershah Suri is being called as the father of modern currency. So when we are taking a history of currency, it's a long history. But now when we are talking about digitization of the currency, I think call of the time, because China is also already introduced digital currency, and they want to compete with the US dollar. And I think this is the right time when Rebel Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaraman introduced digital currency. So I think this is the way to go ahead and create a modern India, which we are about to take a, we already take a leap, but we would like to go forward with digitalcy.
Thank you, Kanchanji, for your opening remarks. I think let's discuss why the other 36%, which is also a big chunk of our population, feel that nothing will change. I think, from my point of view, I'll like to say that the awareness is slightly low in terms of cryptocurrency. So, when we talk about cryptocurrency today, it is a currency which is similar to our rupee or US dollars or Australian dollars, etc., ruble, yen, etc. The only difference is that in the crypto currency, it is actually very, very secure. It is completely governed on the internet, and the governing authority is the logic which is residing inside the program of the cryptocurrency itself. So, unlike a rupee or a dollar, will be governed by the governments of United States and India respectively. The crypto, there is no governance required. So it is a self-adjusting, self-producing currency based on certain algorithm, and it is very very secure. Nobody can hack into crypto. Now, the history in India. Let's talk about India. There was a demonetization announced in 2017, and a 2 months time was given for people to return their old currency and take the new currency. Uh, so there was sufficient time, and a lot of people who did not have the right money with them. In the sense, when I say right money, is that they have generated, accumulated money without paying taxes, and that was illegal. Those people actually found it very easy to transfer the entire money from Indian rupees from their coffers, either in India or overseas, and converted that into crypto. So the huge India is a large country, so huge amount of money was transferred into crypto. And since then, there has been a lot of conversation going on in the media and in public forums about introducing crypto. Because what is happening now is that once the government decided that all the black money, as we call it in India, is removed from the system, but it did not go anywhere. It actually went into crypto. So the people now trying to bring it back through a backdoor and saying that, hey, crypto has to be made operationalized, it has to be considered as a legal tender in India, etc. So that is really the moot point here. And that is why, even in our survey, it showed that 36% people feel that nothing will change, even if we have our own digital currency on the basis of blockchain. So that is my 2 cents of where it is coming from, about the majority of the people not having any opinion on on Indian digital rupee. Your opinion, Kanchan?
As I mentioned, that we are in habit of holding our money in the hand, introduced to a digital currency. It will take time. Now, to understand digital currency, it is as secure as your money in the bank, as because for many years we are thinking that keeping our money in the bank is the safest place. Now, when we are talking about currency, so it will not be just go like it. Whenever you do transaction, their all details will be encrypted in the digital transaction, like your name, your age, your license number, your Aadhaar card, your passport number. So all these details are given when we are doing any transaction. So, but to understand this, I think it will take some time. That's what coming forward, because I think there's a lot of education which is required for the digital currency to be accepted. But I think this is a good way going forward, because there will and when bank is introducing digital currency, so that the current currency, because if we totally transfer our currency to digital currency, then be a lot of problem, because fixed deposit, you can any trade for trading, you can take these products are already there. So what will happen to these products? So that is one. So people are not really accepting to go for going forward, but they understand, they have fairly good data to understand that yes, digital currency is required, but how to really handle this new concept, I think that is the problem which many people are facing. A part of this, Reserve Bank of India has done a survey the 2019, and with the digital currency, and they found that all small expenditure, it's being done by people through digital currency. So I think more of education is required. People should feel safe, as they are feeling safe with the hard currency, and they should feel safe with the bank who using digital currency. I think half of the is already won when Reserve Bank of India has already introduced digital currency. So half if it is remaining, and I think that will go, and people will understand only with the time, and of course using this digital currency in a small expenditures.
Very strong words from you, Kanchan. You're saying half the war is won. So, for the people who are joining us now, let me display the survey results once again. We conducted the survey last week, and we found that um, almost 40% people feel that nothing will happen, but then other 60% people feel that something is going to happen. A lot of people are feeling that it will create Indian rupee more powerful and more convertible, more accepted in the world. Uh, so, friends, you can actually also use a chat function in the social media, whichever social media you're watching us from. And if you have any question for us or for the expert who are on the panel, do send in your questions. We will display right away and answer those questions straight away. So my 2 cents on this subject is that well, crypto does not require any regulations because it is self-regulatory currency. But when, as you rightly said, Kanchan, that the uh, when the Central Bank of India create their own digital currency, they will have some regulation some way or the other. While the Indian rupee, digital rupee, will be based on blockchain. So in a sense, it will behave like a crypto, but it will be owned by Indian government. So in that way, it will be another cryptocurrency available in the world, especially for those who actually in cryptocurrency. There are a lot of people who are buying and selling using cryptocurrency today, and going forward by this year end, we will have the Indian crypto also, which is Indian rupee, digital rupee, and then people will be able to buy and sell freely that currency as well. So right now, about 2 to 5 cryptocurrencies are there, and Indian digital rupee will be another one. So I think that is where people who have little knowledge and who have understood how it will impact, they are responding that Indian rupee will become convertible and it will also improve the value, because if more people are buying Indian rupees, the valuation will increase. Second point is that no country today has allowed cryptocurrency to be allowed as a major tender in their own country. Even the large economy like US and China, none of them have allowed, because if they allow cryptocurrency which is not regulated by any form of the current regulations, the economy will crash if it is allowed. So crypto today is only few business people have said that okay, they will accept money using crypto. But when the government of a country, large country like India, with 18% world's population says that hey, we are going to come out with a digital rupee based on blockchain, that is a game changer, because this is the first time it's going to happen anywhere in the world where the government is going to say that hey, this is the digital currency, it is completely safe, it is based on blockchain, it cannot be hacked into, and it has the same feature as a crypto, but it is coming from government of India. So I think that is a game changer globally. This is my feeling, is the whole scenario will change globally once this currency is launched. Your opinion, Kanchu?
Well, as you mentioned, that can enhance the black money storage. So I think when we are talking about digital currency, which is also issued by Bank of India, so that gives a authority for banks to really control and eliminate all those bad aspect of corruption through this digital currency. And part of this, it's also binded by the rules and regulations, so that is also gives a weightage to digital currency, which is not, which is definitely a little part of cryptocurrency, but then I think it should be treated as different, not the crypto which is not regulated. But when we are talking about digital currency, it is binded by many rules and regulation of the country. So I think this is safe. And as you mentioned, that this all creation of digital currency will change the trading and the economy aspect of the globe, and we look forward for us. I think this is a quite modern step when we are talking about government who and they are taking a leap towards modernization of India, and digital currency will play a vital role.
Well, I think this is important, and people whoever have any opinion today can shoot their comments if they agree with what we are talking about or not. If they have any other opinion, can use the chat function provided in the social media to send in their comments. So moving on, I think there is another aspects of terror funding. I think by Indian rupee, digital rupee, if it becomes more prevalent, then the question of terror funding will also not be there. I'll give you one example. You see, nowadays people are not writing any checks, and any cash transaction which is more than 2 lakhs is not allowed by the government. I mean, you can't do transactions of any kind more than 2 lakhs. So the usage of checks is going down. The online transactions are really increasing. India has shown that the digital payments are the fastest growing in India, and we are among the top three countries globally. Today, if you go out, everybody is so comfortable accepting money digitally, and nobody wants to basically carry rupees. Although some people, some, I'm not saying that everybody is so comfortable. Some portion of the society will still like to see rupee in their hand like this. They want to feel it. But most of us who are in serious business, people like chemists, small vendors, hawkers, none of them like to basically see. They want to see the at speed at which we can get them. So the first thing that would happen is all these digital transactions will easily migrate to digital rupee transactions, is based on blockchain. And then you don't need to, once the digital rupee comes in, you don't need an app. For example, today there are so many different apps floating around for transfer of money. You don't need an app. You don't need to maintain a wallet. None of these complexities will be there with Indian digital rupee, and thus the life of will be much more easier. They will have one account, they will have all the net worth in that account in the form of digital rupee. And anyway, we are now keeping our transactions digitally using different applications like Beam. I think, in my opinion, the first thing government will do is convert all of that assets into digital rupee, isn't it? What do you feel, Kanchan?
I think it will take some time, but at the same time, I would also want to tell you that through digital money, I think there will be more debts. And people will feel good that their money is, they can see that money actually, maybe visually. So they will feel that this money belongs to them. I think that is kind of giving a lot of comfort to the people. Apart, I think government is coming out new things, and as mentioned, is technology which will help the rise of digital money. And I think it will take time for physical money to take the place, I mean, the digital money to take the place of physical money. And I think going forward, I think people need little time to really, they want to see real time transaction, and they want to really feel real time save while expanding their money. So I think that will require patience, that will require a feel of security while dealing with digital money.
Well, in my opinion, future in India looks very bright, for the simple fact that if Indian government comes out with digital rupee, they will also make it legal for all government transactions. So when we talk about government transactions, it involves taxation, it involves different kinds of fees and payments to the government. So gradually, that will be the larger chunk where people can buy the digital rupee and then start paying their income tax, GST, etc. And that will, immediately become very hit, because India being a large country, and we have, only a couple of tax remaining now in the form of income tax and GST, etc. There are only few commodities which are still taking excise tax at the moment, but I think they will also disappear. So this is where I see a good benefit for digital rupee. When income tax is also getting collected in digital rupee, people will start collecting income also in digital rupee, isn't it, Kanchan?
Yes, definitely, and I think there are two very important aspects when we are talking about digital money. First is security, and second, maybe is technology we are implementing that should do small expense confidence, and I paying in term. So that is, I think it's a way going forward. So people will understand how the transaction is being done, and of course there are currency based uh, laws which are already at place in India. So I think there's less of when we are talking of corruption and using digital money. So I think this is a very good modern clause, and it will take India very fast forward when we are talking about digital money, and it will be used in the transaction of stakeholders. It will be used by uh, many big transactions over a period of time.
Certainly, Kanchan, I think uh, I fully agree with this survey that we conducted. I'd like to display that once again. Uh, the survey was whether the global impact will happen because of the Indian digital currency, and roughly, I would say that nearly 60% people said that there will be a major change in the world economic order because of the introduction of Indian digital rupee based on blockchain. However, 36% still feel that nothing will happen. So I think it's like eating the pudding, as we say it in English. So once the digital currency is launched, we will know what changes it will bring. But for analysts' sakes, I think this survey speaks a lot of volume of what people are thinking. I think a lot of people are waiting for digital money, digital rupee to come in, and it will increase the fame of India. It will also increase the value of rupee because many people will be able to buy the digital rupee. I have one gentleman joining us, so let me include him also in the discussion. Naveen Toshniwal joining us from. How are you, Naveen? Welcome to the
Yeah, I am okay. I am
discussion.
sorry. Actually, I had another meeting from 2:30 to 3, so just got free. The client meeting चल रहा था. Anyway, it's nice to see all of you.
Hi,
Right, Naveen.
Naveen,
Why
how are
don't you
you
introduce
doing?
yourself? Your
Yeah, I'm fine, Kanchan ji. आप बताइए. How are you?
I'm fine.
You can start by giving introduction about yourself.
Yeah, I am Naveen Toshniwal, based in Jaipur. Basically, we are into industry. We manufacture industrial and instrumentation cables, and it's our family business which is running for many years now, and by God's grace we have got a good clientele all over India and little bit exports also. And as a passion and as a part-time profession, you can say, I am into graphotherapy. I do character analysis of people through the strokes in their handwriting. Thereafter I guide them for self improvement, how you can actually improve your personality simply by practicing some small changes in the strokes of the handwriting.
Great, Naveenji. Welcome to our discussion. And this week's discussion is about Indian digital currency. I'm sure you would have seen the survey that we conducted, and also you are reading the news, etc. You are very successful businessman. You are running a world-renowned company, and you are also following your passion. What is your opinion about the Indian digital currency, which will be launched using blockchain technology?
Yeah, it's something very interesting, because something which no one could have imagined few years back. But I think something which probably will change the whole scenario of the business. And the banks would probably not be required at all, I think, after this, if I'm not wrong. Everything will become digital, and people are talking about digital rupee. Am I right? Because then digital rupee will take over all the transactions probably in due course.
That is right, Naveenji. It's slightly
Well, I
different
feel
from the
that
cryptocurrency. Yeah, Kanchan, go ahead.
I think it will a bank will never be they'll never shut their doors. We require other products also when we are talking digital. We have provident fund, we to do our business. We have PF. So all that then we have people require a few other products in the bank. So I think bank will never close, but yes, there will be transmission or transaction of physical money to digital money. And I feel is that it will take little time, because Indians especially, or maybe people from other parts of world, they are very comfortable at the moment with the physical currency, because they can hold that money in their hand. So that habit the people have changed. That's
Yeah, that is true. People will take long time to get used to the digital currency, because as you said rightly, people are used to holding the currency in their hands, even not that way, but at least the checks are still in use. And so it will definitely take some time to be adjusted to this new mode of operation. But I think it's still at a very early stage, and very small, I should say, portion of the population would probably start using it once it comes.
Well, before you came in, I mean, I was telling the audience that, in my point of view, the easiest thing to transfer into digital rupee will be the digital transactions today. So, small transactions which people are getting in the wallet, and introduction of digital rupee, there will be no need for it. So, we have different applications, like different applications which on UPI concept. All of these involve either connection with a bank or putting your money upfront in a wallet and then transfer. So once the Indian digital rupee comes in, there is no concept of putting that into a bank or putting that into a wallet. At the same time, Indian government will have complete control of what's going on without having a bank account, without having. So I think it will make the life very easy for a common person, especially the micro payment arena, and also it will make the transparency system, and also inclusion. So many farmers, so many people who have the mobile phone but don't have access to the financial services. I think those guys will be included rather quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's right, probably. And in fact,
as you
um,
mentioned
but
it.
one thing hmm, yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Dhanaveen.
Yeah, Chandrakant, I wanted to ask you, see, uh, even now, we are doing online transfers from the money which is available in our bank. In one way, that is also in a digital form. Am I right? Then what is exactly the difference between the digital rupee and the currency which is already there in our bank today? We may not take it out physically, but we can always do the transfers, no? So I just want to make this concept clear. Maybe you would be able to help.
So before you go, Kanchan, let me this question, because it is a question. So I'm not a financial guru, but let me try and give you some response. You see, when we talk about Indian rupee, which is a direct conversion of the printed currency. So government can print set number of currencies, because if you print more than your economy, it will create more inflation. And it has happened in countries like Venezuela, where they come within a matter of like couple of years have become from very rich to very poor, because the government printed more currency than their actually net worth. So this currency is printed in a very safe printing presses, which are government, and they are very few, and they have to print note, etc., based on certain algorithms. This is the feature of a currency which you take in your hand. And if you read the currency, it says it is not, it is a promissory note. If you read it, if you read any currency today, 100 rupee note or 10 rupee note or whatever, it is just a promissory note saying that RBI, governor of RBI, gives you a promise of 100 rupees in your hand. In a nutshell, your understanding is absolutely clear that it is digital, but it is not a unit based digitization. Let me explain what it is. See, the printed currency is equal to your actual net worth of the which is including your forex and deposits, etc. And so much money can be printed. Whereas when it comes to digital, then there is no question of printing anything. It is a self-regulatory mechanism using it is governed by itself on the internet. There is governance required. For example, if RBI says, "Hey, today you can print 100,000 currency note because we have 100,000 currency notes which are soiled now." But in case of digital rupee, there is no intervention of RBI because it will generate by currency is self-governing currency on the internet using program which can be hacked. It is impossible to hack that because the entire currency will be running on a blockchain technology. So I'm using too many heavy words, too technical words, but I'm trying to explain the difference between actual currency and a digital currency. Uh, any question, Naveen, you can ask me.
No, no, I think a
So
lot of
I
things
just
have
want
been clarified.
to add one thing
Yeah.
here that uh, I just want to add one thing here that it is very similar. I mentioned Naveen that we are already spending money through our smartphone. But then once you are spending money, uh, digital money, it will be on the phone. It's a direct liability to Reserve Bank of India. So that is a difference, and because now you are spending your hard money, physical money, which is already deposited in the bank. But now when we are spending in digital money, is a direct to Reserve Bank. Plus, there will be no ATM. So that is also one plus point.
So there is no question of any cash.
No, it's digital cash only.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah,
very thin
that's right.
line of difference when we are talking about. Currently, also we are, but we have a mind that we are spending our hard-earned money, which is a hard money. Now, when we are, this is a time. I think it's a more of a question of perspective that digital money, which is a money is always a money, but then this big liability to Reserve Bank of India, which is again funded by the currency rule coins rules of India, which is already there at play at place when we are talking about currency.
Hmm.
So let me add one more thing, Naveen.
Yeah.
See, when it comes to physical currency, it is it's a promissory note, and every time it exchange hand, say for example, 100 rupees, I buy your instrument, your specialized cable rupees. So now what happens is I get my asset value increased by 100 rupees, but my cash reduced by 100 rupees, and vice versa happen opposite on your side, isn't it? That's a transaction, increase
Right.
asset because I got the cable, but my cash reduced, and opposite of that has happened on your side. Imagine a situation where, and then somebody in the chain will have to take that 100 rupees note back to RBI saying that, okay, now I've got 100 rupees, please give me worth of 100 rupees. So then they will say, okay, now I have given you worth of 100 rupees in your bank account. That bank account 100 rupees will then be attached to your wallet. And then you actually use more UPI based applications to transfer money for your expenses, etc. So in addition, so much effort is going into this. And once you have digital money, there is no question of going back to your bank account, starting your wallet, things like that. How much my rupee worth? Today it is worth about 75 rupees to a dollar. And tomorrow, if digital currency comes in, then this fluctuation will be automatically taken care. You know how much is your rupee worth? And when you're buying from somebody from America, then you will know exactly how much payment you have to make. But in today's context, you have to see what is my value, in comparison with US dollars. Suppose if I pay in Australian dollars, how much money I'm going to save? Those kind of complexities will not be there if it is transferred directly from digital rupee. I think it is a gradual process because right now Bloom is a major role in defining the currency market globally. I think the role of Bloomberg will diminish over time, but I think let's get excited about India because in India, if we have digital, the life will be a lot easier because people who don't have an account will get digital currency connected to that profile could be Aadhaar, it could be national ID, and then they will buy their network, which is not the case today. Which is not the suppose you buy a house until unless you buy that house with your earned currency, that does not become your asset. Whereas that ambiguity will disappear because if you pay money from digital currency, it will always be your asset. So your currency converts into asset without any formalities in between. I think these are effect that you can expect. I mean, in my opinion, I may be wrong because I'm not a financial guru, but I am understanding the way a layman would understand.
No, that's very nicely explained. At least something went into my head that okay, what is the difference? But nicely explained.
Any last closing remarks you may have?
Yeah, I think there is some network issue here, but I think we have to wait and watch how it goes. But any idea when it is likely to be launched in India? Yeah, it's still it is still under discussion only.
No, as the budget which Honorable Finance Minister announced on first already, it will be launched in 2022. Date, I think middle of the year. I think I'm assuming.
Okay, 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 okay. Right, right. So let's hope that it brings improvement for all of us, the way of our lifestyle, our living, and economy wise, everything. If it gives some boost, nothing like it.
Yes,
Yeah,
Naveen.
definitely,
Kanchan, I
because
don't.
yeah, I think there's a network issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. So you're
I
talking
think
about the
network is slowing
last.
down a little bit. Kanchan,
Yeah,
closing comments
yeah.
from you, Kanchan.
So yeah, I will say I think this is a dynamic step when we are talking about the economy of India because it will take to a next level and it will help compete cryptocurrency which is unregulated because as Naveen said, I will also want to add that it is a token currency, and as I mentioned it, that liability lies directly to RBI. So safe. I think it is regulated by already established laws of the land when we are talking about currency exchange. So I think this is something a new thing, modern thing, and it will take definitely, as I mentioned, that it will take time for people to really understand. But once they know and they all know the nitty gritty of this modern currency, I think this and it enhance not only the businesses but also the economy of India.
I think we also displayed the survey results where almost 60% of the people feel that it is going to change our fate. It is going to bring more opportunities. This is a very good move. So a lot of people feel that it is a good move. That is important. And within our panel also, we had a fantastic discussion. A lot of ideas through our guest. And also, viewers who are watching us, if you want to reach out to any of the experts, you can send in your comments, your messages to us, and we will make the connection happen. And our experts, leaders in the industry, and anybody who wants to join our panel can send in their request, and we will include them in future also. So Naveen and Kanchan, thank you so much for joining today. It was a wonderful discussion.
Thank you so much. Our pleasure. Thank you.
So, friends, we have come to the end of our discussion this week. Um, but the whole idea is to bring leaders together, to bring them onto the same table, and discuss some issues which are in front of us, in front of our nation. So, if you want to get connected with us, our connection to this forum is found at two locations: Akulmach Business Bunker on LinkedIn and Akulmach Business Bunker group in Facebook, only at two locations. If you want, if you're not able to join these groups, you can send in your inquiries to us directly, and we will make you get part of our panel discussion. So, with this, let me end our discussion today, and I promise, I will catch you next week with a more interesting subject, more interesting survey results, and also a lot of leaderships that come across the bunker. See you for today.